Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to episode 5 of Third Thoughts. This week we're going to be talking about the long-awaited Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, What If Episode 3, and all the other news going on in the superhero world. Before we get into this video, if you guys are new in here, make sure that subscribe button and turn notifications on. So it's anytime I open a video or I go live. Both wasting more time, let's get right into it. Hey guys, I quickly want to interrupt. I'm editing this episode right now and there's more corrupt files. I apologize for this. We fixed it for next time, but we're really just trying to get used to all of this video podcast stuff. So there's a lot of issues going on right now, but we're figuring out every single week and getting better. This first segment was cut down from 20 minutes to 10 minutes just because the file got corrupted. We couldn't really do anything about it, so we had to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home a little bit less. If you guys want to check out my 3 other videos on it, you can click the link in the description down below because I talked a lot about it on the channel in the past, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, guys, I just want to let you guys know we're again fixing these things. We're trying to figure out all of the small details within the editing and recording process, and as the weeks get on, we get better and better at it. So thank you guys for sticking through it, and I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Starting it off with, like I said before, the long-awaited Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. So we're going to start off by just asking Brantley on his thoughts. Brantley, what did you think?
And I thought the trailer was pretty solid. I didn't think it was too crazy, but I thought it was a pretty decent trailer. I love the reveal at the end, Doc Ock. I have been pretty skeptical about this movie, but this trailer definitely, got me a little bit more hype. There were some issues I had with it, but overall, I think that it was a pretty solid trailer, pretty good teaser, and I think that people kind of got what they wanted out of it, from what I've seen online at least. So I think the fans are pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. But like at the same time, personally, what I look for in a teaser and why I didn't think the first Eternals teaser was as good was because we got background on like characters, I guess, like the lore of the Eternals, but we didn't really get a good grasp of the story really until this final trailer, right? And Eternals only had 2 trailers, by the way, if you guys didn't realize. It had the teaser and then it had a final trailer. We didn't even have like another trailer in between, if I'm not mistaken. But
it seems like a huge improvement. That wasn't really the case, but the trailer was pretty good.
Yeah, but I think the concepts of Far From Home are there. And so I think the concepts for this one are here. And the reason I have a little bit more faith in this one is kind of because a lot of other stuff rides on it. Like Far From Home, not a crazy amount, like nothing really like rely on it after the fact. But this one leads directly into Multiverse of Madness. It directly leads into the whole cosmic realm of the MCU. So I think this movie has a lot more writing on it, like writing, as in like it has a lot more importance. And I think it'll have more of a writing importance just because it impacts so much. Bradley, what did you think? What do you think of the whole multiverse thing? Because I feel like we all know Tobey and Andrew in the movie. So what do you think of like the whole multiverse aspect? And honestly, how they use it in the trailer? Because I thought they used it perfectly. They teased it enough. They did enough like battle scenes. Like, what did you think of that? Just that aspect of how they executed it.
Yeah, I would say like I didn't like how they teased it. I think they definitely showed like just enough to intrigue you. Really, that's my favorite part about this whole trailer was that I feel like they did like just enough. Like they got you intrigued enough. They didn't show you everything. We got the Goblin Bomb. Those like little small things, even the little mentions like of the multiverse, we didn't really see it like too in depth or see anything like too crazy. But it still kind of just tease those things. I mean, that's what teasers should do. So I feel like they definitely did a good job of just getting people intrigued and just showing them enough, but not too much. And overall, I personally, I don't want this movie to be a multiverse movie. I was definitely a fan of the more grounded,
on the
original,
run,
like
grounded
thinking.
Yeah.
But I think overall, I think it should be pretty cool. I mean, it should be a fun experience. Obviously, seeing everyone come back.
Honestly, okay. Okay, I'm gonna mention my theory about the Hobgoblin here, just Hobgoblin in case you haven't seen my video. But basically, I think that when Ned gets his mind erased, I think that like when he forgets that Peter is Spider-Man, I think that Norman Osborn will go to Ned, he'll intoxicate Ned, and then say that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, your best friend is Spider-Man. And Ned would get super mad. He wouldn't be friends with Peter Parker anymore. Ned would basically have like a Harry Osborn type of arc where he's like, Peter, you were lying to me this whole time. And then Ned would obviously become a cool kid. Like he wouldn't be with Peter anymore. He wouldn't be like with like the like all like he wouldn't have like that nerd stuff attached to him, And then maybe he's not in the next Spider-Man movie, and then he comes back in the 5th movie in the second movie in the second trilogy or the third movie. And I would love to see him be some like big bad for Peter, because he obviously like doesn't want to fight Ned because he used to be his best friend, but Ned doesn't know that. I guys, I quickly want to interrupt because this week's episode had a few glitches, and this is one of the main parts of the podcast that's really out of context because the main part where we are introducing the topic really got cut out. So right now we're talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and how there's a massive leak this week, and this is going to be major spoilers for the movie. So if you don't want spoilers, I would just skip ahead to the next timestamp available. But we're talking about how Wanda is going to have a villainous arc in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and we give our theories about it, our thoughts on it overall. And so first up, Brandon's going to talk about it, and then we're just going to have a discussion back and forth. So back to the video.
So I mean, I'm excited. This movie has just like so much going on.
So much going
on.
Honestly,
yeah. I don't know how they're going to balance it out. But I mean, I said the same thing about Infinity War, and they did that really well in the MCU. So
yeah,
this movie has a lot in it. It's going to be packed. And yeah, Raimi, I mean, this movie had this could be like an insane film. And so I'm really excited for Wanda being the villain.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this one, man. This leak just, it made my day yesterday when we found this out, bro. Like it was so nice to know that. And I don't think she's gonna be the villain for the entire movie. So I just want to go over the other news really quick, and then I want to get into my big theory about it. But so basically, Daniel RPK, the insider that like knows literally everything for somehow, he said that she's gonna also fight an X-Men character. The fight is rumored to rival the Doctor Strange versus Thanos fight, which is probably a top 1 fight in the MCU of all time, in my opinion. So personally, I wanted Magneto or Jean Grey. I think Jean Grey is really the only X-Men, like the only current day X-Men that can really like rival her, like in all honesty. But it's rumored to be Professor X. What do you think of Professor X fighting Wanda?
I felt they could definitely take that fight like in a unique direction. Like I think that could be very, very interesting. I mean, personally, this is like my dream like scenario, and this might be kind of crazy, but like if they aren't gonna introduce like the Fox X-Men to the MCU, I would love for her to fight all of them and just kill them all. And just like have that be like something. I don't know.
That would kind of be good though.
He's very like it's alternate universe X-Men just against Wanda, and she just like kills every one of them. Something like that would be insane. But I mean, Professor X, I think that could be a really unique fight. I love they would take that. Same thing with Jean. Like I feel like her fight, either one of them, I think if I remember correctly, they both have pretty similar powers, Professor X and Jean. But I think that would be a pretty interesting fight. I don't know how they would really choreograph that. Like I think they could take an interesting direction. Yeah, I'm excited because that. I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I can't even like really visualize how that would like come out. Like I don't know.
Bro, there's no way I could have visualized that Thanos versus Doctor Strange fight anyway. So I'm glad they're doing this. I'm glad they're taking it in a unique direction too. Like I would never expect her to fight Professor X, who it's heavily rumored to be right now. Like I think that's absolutely crazy. Like I kind of like that. But now, wait, Bradley, do you have any other thoughts on it before I get into my main theory about like how Wanda will like be used as the villain?
Well, I did see one tweet, and I think this is like still a rumor, but I guess the rumor is that right now they're trying to use the Spider-Man film to introduce all the Sony characters, and the rumor is they're gonna do this, bring all the Fox characters through Multiverse of Madness. Nah, I don't know how I feel about that. I really want them to start from scratch with like the X-Men, stuff like that, with the mutants. I don't really want them just to take over, like bring in the Fox X-Men. So I would be really disappointed like if that happens, but I'm down to see her fight a Fox character though.
Well, okay, here's the thing. If they bring in Fox characters and they rewrite them to where they're good, then I won't be mad. Obviously, I do want to see stories, but I think that they can always do prequel things. They can always change stuff around. They can always say, oh, it's from a different timeline, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not the same exact Fox timeline, but it's just similar enough to where we can still use the same exact character, but change his backstory a little bit. You give him a prequel show on Disney Plus that's kind of like an anthology series. Hopefully, it's Wolverine. But I do think that they can make it work, even if it is Fox characters that were taken from a different universe, as long as they rewrite them, because the writing was very, very mid in most of those movies, other than like Days of Future Past and First Class, in my opinion. Also, please make Dark Phoenix not canon. Honestly, I just don't want to see Jean Grey because that movie was so trash. I don't even want to be reminded that I actually sat through that thing, because that might have been one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen in theaters. Like, it's up there with Man of Steel and BVS that like I've fallen asleep to in theaters with. Like, it was so, oh my God, so mid. But Yeah, my
I still
theory.
never seen it.
Well, yeah, don't watch it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you don't need to watch it. It's so bad. But yeah, my theory for how like Wanda will become like the main, not main villain, but like how her villainous arc will be used is I think that at the end of WandaVision, obviously she's reading through the Darkhold. I think that she'll abuse the Darkhold. I think she'll abuse the power of the Darkhold. And I think dark magic will take her over. I think she'll become like a shriveled old lady again because she's just consumed like I think she'll be like, actually, no, I don't think she'll be like the Chivalry lady. I think she'll become like too powerful. Like, I think she'll become like basically an almighty person. And then I think she's just going to be ravaging through timelines. And like Billy said, maybe it's an X-Men timeline. I think she's going to be ravaging and just messing up every possible timeline that she can. And along with this, obviously, we have Sylvie messing up timelines. We had Strange messing up the timeline with the spell and Spider-Man No Way Home. So everyone's just messing with these timelines, right? And eventually, Strange fights Wanda in order to like try to stop her, obviously, but he gets absolutely obliterated by like I think that he'll be verge of death against Wanda. And I think that this will play into a redemption arc that'll actually affect the character because we've already had Strange, obviously, like he literally lost his hands, and then he just abused power again. And that's why Mordo left. Like Billy and I were talking about this before. Strange's arc is basically non-existent because he just becomes a guy that lost his hands to a guy that got his hands back and just abused power again. And so I think that this time, especially since he knows Avengers, I guess, like he knows like the more powerful people. So I feel like he might have more of a sense of responsibility, hopefully. But I think that Strange will get super injured from Wanda, but I think that she will somehow turn good. I don't think she's the main villain. That's my thing, is that I feel like she's going to turn good eventually, and I don't think that she's going to be a main villain. I think that it's going to be Wanda's fault that Shuma Gorath was unleashed. That's what I think that her arc as a villain is going to lead to, because obviously her arc has to have some importance in the movie overall. And I think Shuma Gorath is the main villain. I'm calling it. It's been like heavily rumored from the Illuminati, Daniel RPK, everyone, that Shuma Gorath is in the movie. And so I think Shuma Gorath is going to be the big bad of the movie. But I also think like Wanda's going to be, I think Wanda will be the villain for like at least half of the movie minimum. I think that I don't think she'll really turn good until like three-fourths of the movie, like three-fourths of the movie. And I think the last one-fourth she'll be good. But other than that, I don't think it'll be like that. Or maybe like halfway through the movie and then they just go explore multiverses. But yeah, that's basically like my main theory. What do you think of that? Like just that theory. What are the thoughts?
I mean, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I do think that some of it, I think we are kind of like over like estimating how much focus the movie's gonna have on Wanda, because I think this is a Doctor Strange like movie. Like he is gonna be probably like the center focus.
Whoa.
I do feel
I
like
do not. Okay, by the way, Bradley's making it seem like I think this is a Wanda movie. I do not. Okay, I think this is a Doctor Strange
I'm
movie.
not saying
I think Doctor
movie,
Strange is
like,
one of the best solo movies in the MCU. Okay, solo origin movies, bro. Do not come at me. Okay, I think that this is a Doctor Strange movie, but Wanda can still be a villain in the movie and still have screen time.
yeah.
Like you know how, for example, like Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? I don't like the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, but what they did is cool. Like Spider-Man's like being cocky and trying to be super funny and all that kind of stuff. He's just super like out there. But Vulture absolutely destroys his ass. And then Spider-Man realizes what he actually has to do. The same thing goes for Doctor Strange. That's what I think will happen in this movie, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't think Shuma Gorath, I think it'll be kind of like a Suicide Squad situation where like Starro was like obviously the big bad, but the whole mission was to get there. I think the whole mission of this movie will be to get Wanda to be on Strange's side, and then obviously she'll unleash Shuma Gorath, something along those lines. Sorry to interrupt you. I just had to make sure people didn't think I was crazy.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I guess you're talking about like Wanda's like arc and stuff like that. Like I don't know if she's gonna get like a lot of development in the movie. I mean, I feel like it's still like a Doctor Strange movie. And even myself, like I feel like I wanted to focus in on Wanda. Like honestly, when I think about the one first mask, I just think about Scarlet Witch. Like, I honestly forget it's like Doctor Strange movie because it's so much going on. But I mean, I think it's really a good theory. But from what we know, I feel like the only thing about that is kind of weird. I don't know if Wanda's gonna unleash Shuma Gorath, because from what we know, I think that at the time of the movie, he's already going to be like chasing America Chavez. And they're going to kind of.
Oh, shoot. You're right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's completely wrong. I should have said that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. She can't unleash Shuma Gorath. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, I forgot America Chavez is in this movie too. Oh my
There's so
god,
much going on.
bro! There's so much
Honestly, they should have
happening.
called it Doctor Strange movie, bro.
Dude, there's
They
no
should have
way. They
called
should
it
have just called
something.
this like a Marvel Multiverse of Madness, bro. Like, there's no
Yeah,
way.
basically.
Oh my
Basically.
god, dude. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing though. When I went to go watch Civil War, I mean Infinity War, I was like, how the hell is Iron Man and Star-Lord going to talk to each other? But they made it perfectly. That first scene on the ship where Star-Lord is holding the gun against Spider-Man's head, that was perfectly executed. Writing was perfect. Characters meshed up so well. I don't know how they wrote it so well to where all these characters really meshed. Like, all these characters felt like one team at the end of the day. That's what I really liked about it. I think, obviously, this movie isn't really like a team up of sorts, I guess, but I do think it'll be cool to see all of these different aspects come into play just because I didn't think Infinity War could handle it. And now Infinity War is one of my favorite MCU movies. So, do you have any other thoughts on any of these Doctor Strange leaks, Spelling?
No, but also remember, isn't Mordo supposed to be in the movie as well, bro? Mordo from
Yeah,
the
I don't think
first.
he's gonna have a big arc though. I think he'll I think they're probably gonna save him for the third movie. I think Mordo will be a big bad for Strange. Like, I think he'll be the big like psychological more than physical. Like, does that make sense? Like Mordo tried to help him. Mordo tried to help him, but then Strange abused his power, and Strange is still abusing his power by doing the spell for Peter. So Strange still hasn't learned. So I think psychologically, I think that Mordo will still be the big bad Doctor Strange villain for the end of his trilogy. But I think Mordo will be in the movie. I don't really know. Also, remember the villain from Strange One is coming back. Forgot his fucking name, but the gray hair dude. He's coming back. So
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I didn't even know
there's
that.
so much going on, bro. No, but I think he'll just be an alternate timeline version. I think that's my prediction for how he's going to be in the movie. If he's not playing like a super big role, which I don't think he is, I think Strange will just see himself in another timeline fighting him, but he loses in that timeline or something along those lines. I think it'll be something like chill like that. Like, I don't think it'll be a big role, but I think he'll go through, and I think that'll kind of be his realization of power. Maybe is that like he's grateful enough to where in his universe he's powerful enough, so now he knows to take care of the power to some extent. um but honestly, I kind of don't want them to use that arc in this movie as much, just because I kind of want that to be a big thing with Mordo. I feel like it would be way cooler with just Mordo's character instead of like wasting it with like Wanda or something. Not wasting it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, Mordo's like the philosophical figure in the Strange movies. But yeah, if you don't have any other thoughts on it, we can get to the news.
Wait, this just came to me. My bad. 1 second.
Yeah.
Is she also rumored to fight the What If character?
No. Okay, I don't think
What If?
she's not rumored. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot to talk about that. But no, she's not rumored to fight a What If character. I think a What If character is just rumored to show up.
Oh, okay.
I think Captain Carter is just showing up in the
Carter.
movie. No, I don't think she's fighting Captain
Okay.
Carter. I think that Captain Carter is just showing up.
All right, yeah. So Eternals. I thought we talked about either Eternals or Shang-Chi probably every episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before the show started. We probably talk about either one of those movies at least once every episode. And yes, so of course, usually the main conversation surrounding those movies is COVID, and as again, the situation this week, the pandemic. Eternals could be delayed again. And I think the rumor is that Marvel is going to gauge off of Shang-Chi's performance at the box office. They're going to gauge if they're going to delay Eternals and off of that. So what are your thoughts on Eternals possibly being delayed?
And I think it's gonna get delayed. Sadly, actually, okay. I think that my answer is way too complicated. I think that if Shang-Chi does, I think if it does just below what Marvel wants, like, I think Marvel's like level of like leeway is so high. Like, I think that like I don't think they care if it makes like 20 million under what they predicted, but if it makes like 50 million under what they predicted, then that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think their gap for like what gauges it to be a success is very, very wide. So I think they could possibly, because we don't know what that gap is. Like, we don't know what the gauging is. If it makes 50, which is what it's predicted to do, I think that Eternals could potentially still release. But I think if it makes anything under 60, actually, no, I think if it makes 60 or higher, I think that Eternals, because 60 is what it made on just 60 is what Black Widow made on just Disney Plus. And so if Shang-Chi doesn't make at least 60, it's over.
That's definitely how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and that movie's go out and support it if you want,
Please,
get vaccinated, stay safe, masked up, man. Like, please, the pandemic is just it's not really getting any better from what the looks of it. Yeah. So we really gotta stay safe and hope that these movies to perform well as well, so Marvel can keep pumping them out. Yeah. But moving on, the Midnight Suns. You mentioned this before, I think, in videos.
Sorry. Yeah,
they're getting a game. Getting a game. 2K, of course, a company known for NBA 2K is a part of it. And so, what's your thoughts on this game?
Man,
we haven't seen a gameplay yet. Just a trailer.
Yeah, we've only seen a trailer. They managed to make a team that I've recently fallen in love with so ass, bro. Like, how do they mess it up so bad? I don't understand. And it's only a trailer. It's not even a gameplay reveal. Like, there's this new Marvel game, like on the phone. Apparently it's like really crazy. Like, it runs at. Have you seen it? Have you seen the gameplay footage and stuff on TikTok? Yeah. And so people are, dude, that game looks so good. I kind of want to download it. I might make a video on it, but like this Midnight Suns game, holy crap, does it look bad? Like, okay, I don't know the specifics of what team members they did not include, but if I'm not mistaken, they didn't even put the Punisher in there. And I think they put like Captain America or something. Well, Brown, you go ahead and talk about it, because I don't know the exact characters they didn't put, but it was bad.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, from what we know, is that it's going to be a single player, turn-based superhero game. So it's not gonna be like Avengers, more like a strategy kind of game. Kind of similar, I guess, to like, I don't know what game you got to compare it to, but kind of more of a tactical game, not really like super like free roam or anything like that. I think Ghost Rider is rumored to be the main character of the game. So from what I know, you have Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, Ghost Rider, as I said
everyone in the MCU, bro. They didn't put anyone new.
There's a lot of MCU people going on. From what I know, I mean, I'm not a huge Midnight Suns expert, but it looks like Iron Man's really a core member, or Captain America. So it's definitely some oddballs in there. No Moon Knight or Punisher, what we know as of now. So I'm so excited to see gameplay. When I first saw the announcement, I was pretty hyped, but I mean, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Just Marvel games right now, like if it's not Spider-Man, then it's hard for me to get excited. But I'm still excited for the Guardians game though. So that's
Oh yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for the Guardians game. I'm not gonna pre-order, but I will be I'm gonna watch gameplay all of the first week, right? And then I'm not gonna buy it for $60 because I'm cheap. But once it goes on sale for the first time, I will buy it. No, I'm serious though. I will buy it whenever it goes on sale, unless I watch it and it really wows me, and I'm like, oh my god, I need this, right? Like if I watch, even the first day, if I watch it and I really love it, like if I fall in love with the gameplay that other people are showing off, then I will 100% buy it for $60. But if I don't absolutely love it, I'm going to hold off, because my experience with Square Enix has not been the best with Avengers. I was actually, my stupid mind was actually debating between Cyberpunk and Avengers. Like, as much as Cyberpunk got me mad with the bugs, didn't let me finish the game, didn't let me play the final mission, it'll always eternally be better than the Avengers game by Square Enix. I'll be honest. Like, as much as I didn't even get to play the game of Cyberpunk, Avengers is always gonna be worse, bro. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the Midnight Suns game. I think it's just gonna be mid again.
And Guardians releases on October 26th, 2021. So you might actually get like close to Black Friday if you like it. I mean, Black Friday is not too far from October 26th.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. And then Midnight Suns releases, I think, like early next year, if I'm not mistaken, as of now.
Wait, is it console? I thought it was.
Moving on.
It looks like it looks like a mobile game. Not gonna lie. It looks like a mobile game.
Well, Midnight Suns, yeah.
Yeah, damn, I'm not even joking, bro.
But with that all being said, we can move on to the What If Episode 3 review. This episode was, what was the title? What If the Avengers Never Assemble, or something like that? I feel like that's not the title, but
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. basically the Avengers, they were all killed off. The Avengers initiative never happened. So it's kind of what if that initiative never started. And it's kind of a murder mystery, which is not what really I was expecting. Honestly, when I saw the title, I was expecting an episode kind of like Shield, like like the Battle of New York, but just involving like no Avengers. I don't know why I expected that. But this definitely took me by surprise. What were your thoughts on this episode?
I thought it was really good. Like I mentioned before, I love that it's a brand new story based on the concept of an already told story. Like I love the Avengers initiative itself. And then when you put a twist on it to where it never happened, and like that's the story you're telling, that's what I really like, because again, it's not just flip-flop two characters or recreate a whole movie but only give you the action scenes with a female lead. Like there's like, it's a good mix of everything, because there's a lot of different things in here. There's obviously the same characters that I've seen before, like Thor, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk, but there's also a bit of storytelling that the MCU's really never had, where it's like we're killing these characters. So they're going one by one. They're all gone. Like, and this is something you can't do with a live action show at all. Like you cannot. Like you need $600. I mean, not even 600. Sorry, that's 600 just for like a minimum wage actor, basically for a few lines. Like if you had Chris Hemsworth come in and say those lines, but he was actually acting like the 5 lines that he said, that's way too much money. Marvel cannot spend it on that. But if you're doing it in an animated show, you can have these characters make such small cameos. And that's what I really like about it, is that it feels like a feasible MCU story while still being completely different. That was my favorite part. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this episode was pretty good. I mean, I just definitely wish it was a little bit longer, but I thought overall the mystery aspect was they took it definitely in a direction I wasn't expecting. And I really like the voice acting was solid again. And yeah, I would say overall I really liked it a lot. And just the only issue I have with the episode is kind of just towards the end, kind of the way it ended, just kind of odd and really just didn't fit the episode in my opinion. But I mean, most of everything else. I thought it was a really solid episode.
Wait, so when it comes to the ending, what about the ending did you not like? Did you not like the Loki, like the manipulation part? Did you not like Loki taking over part? Did you not like the Captain Marvel and then like Nick Fury wiping away the Captain America shield part? Like what specifically didn't you like? Because after the Hank Pym part, like right after the Hank Pym part ended, that's when I stopped liking the episode. Like after that part. But other than that, I love the graveyard scene. I love the fight scenes. I love how they manipulated him. I love how Loki was like, I don't care about them, but I never caught that until after it became Loki. Because remember, during the fight, Hank Pym was like, why do you care about them so much? Yeah, and Loki was like, I don't care about them. So it was cool to catch those things after the fact. I really love that whole manipulation thing. I really did. But after that, I just like the episode dragged on for a little bit too long, whereas they could have spent time with the reveal, because I felt like the reveal could have been a lot more suspenseful. What did you think about what part did you not like? Like, did you not like the Hank Pym part? What specifically did you like?
I kind of just did like how the whole Hank Pym thing was like resolved. To me, it just felt kind of like goofy, just with like the Loki manipulation stuff. It felt kind of out of place within the episode, because we from the episode mostly felt like pretty like serious throughout like that time. Yeah. You like Black Widow kind of subplot, and that was really interesting to me throughout the whole episode of her tracking down like the different Avengers like that and Hulk and things like that. And that was like probably my favorite part of the episode, was kind of her subplot. Bless you, by the way. And then so it's like, I don't know, like that just the way it ended though, just really just felt out of place in like in my opinion. I kind of wanted to kind of end in a more like serious manner, especially like revolve, like I don't know. But it was cool to see Hank Pym though, like in like that role. I definitely was not expecting to be him. But once it kind of makes sense, like who I was trying to think like who could be like.
I was like, who could it be? Like, huh? Bro, Loki. I thought it was Hope. I don't know why I thought it was Hope, like the killer. I thought because my thought was that everyone thought she was dead, but Shield was like Shield tried to pronounce her as dead. Then she came back and then tried to assassinate everyone. Like I thought that S.H.I.E.L.D. was trying to cover up, but dude, the way they play this story out is so good. I really did love what they did with what they're doing with What If overall. This week I think is going to be the Doctor Strange episode. That's what it's rumored to be. We're gonna probably get a full trailer like Tuesday, Wednesday morning. So overall, those are my thoughts on What If episode 3. What do you think? Any final thoughts, Bradley?
Yeah, but this my favorite episode so far. Definitely was really creative. So I just hope that they do more stuff like this in the future in terms of just like really just getting the creative and just really kind of flipping these things on their heads and we just tackling things in like a new and different way. Because honestly, like I felt they could really take like some crazy directions. Like honestly, this episode I would have loved if it was like they went all in and made it kind of like a Knives Outish kind of thing. Like that could have been fun too. Like something like
The
that.
thing is, it's just not long
crazy.
enough to do that, and that was the problem with like the
Yeah.
pacing, like the timing. Like it's just not long
Yeah, I
enough.
agree.
It's just not long enough at all. Even like 5, 10, even 5 minutes, bro. I think 5 minutes could have added so much for Hank Pym's character.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they just, I feel like they just rushed through. Like after the, like once the graveyard scene started to the end of the episode, felt like 2 minutes. It was definitely longer than 2 minutes, but it felt like 2 minutes. It felt so fast, and that's what I didn't like about it. But yeah, that's basically it for this episode, guys. Wait, Bradley, do you have any like? Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to ask you. What do you rate this episode?
I raised up probably like an 8 out of 10. Probably like an 8.
Huh? Wait, you gave
Alright.
last episode 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I did. I mean, this episode, I don't know, just the ending.
Dog, you said
really,
this is your
like,
favorite
really
by
down.
far.
Oh, that's true. I did say that. But still, I came back at 9. So like,
But
like 9 to me,
8.5.
that's like probably 8.5. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
step above last.
That's what I put. Okay, so yeah,
But also-
I said 9. I said 9 after I watched it initially. I rewatched it again or earlier. No, yesterday. I rewatched it again yesterday, and I put it down to an 8.5. I have episode. Okay, so wait, what are your episode rankings overall? So what's episode 1 for you?
Like a 7.
Yeah, so I had it. I have it at 7. And then episode 2, what
Then
do
last
you
is
have
probably
that?
8.
Yeah, I have that as well. I
Probably
have episode 2 as an 8.
8.5.
And then episode 3 is 8.5. Yeah, same. So yeah, we basically have the same ratings. But yeah, that's basically it for this episode 5 of Third Thoughts. If you guys are new out here and you guys do enjoy the podcast, we upload these every single Monday, talking about all of the news in the superhero world. Lately, we've been doing a lot of Marvel stuff just because there is majority Marvel stuff going on. There's actually a Batgirl working script that's going on with HBO Max, but it's an HBO Max exclusive. HBO Max exclusive, so no one really gives a fuck. Like, come on, let's be honest here. But overall, it's been a big week for news. So every week we come here, we discuss the news. So because you're new on here and you did enjoy this episode of Third Thoughts, episode 5, make sure that subscribe button and notification on so you don't miss anytime we upload a video or go live. If you guys want to check out all of Brantley's social medias, you can click the links in the description down below. To check out mine as well, you can wait to the end of the video or in the description down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.